trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Now we have breaking news from North Smithfield today. A missing man found hours after he went missing from his home in town last night. Local officials feared for a worse outcome because of the cold temperatures. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Triggelis is live for us in North Smithfield. He has the details new at noon. Yanni?
Good afternoon, Doreen. Well, yeah, speaking with North Smithfield Fire Chief David Chartier, he was telling me that it was imperative that they found 63-year-old Philip Iman because of those cold temperatures last night, dipping into the 30s. Ultimately today, with the sunlight, they were able to locate the man just off the side of the road, about a mile away from his home. Tragedy averted after missing for nearly 18 hours. A 63-year-old North Smithfield man found alive.
Miracle. With that temperature last night and the amount of time that he had been missing.
Philip Iman, who has dementia and Parkinson's disease, wandering away from his home yesterday afternoon, missing all day and into the chilly night, with temperatures dipping into the 30s. Then at just after 10 this morning, search crews finding Iman just over a mile from his home, face down, just off the side of the road.
We were just doing a ground search again, just double backing what we covered last night. And we just went a little bit further than we did last night, and that's where we found him.
After being evaluated in an ambulance, we're told he is stable and his vitals are okay. Fire Chief Chartier adding that because he was out in near freezing temperatures all night, though, his body temperature was low, but he is expected to be okay. Dozens of law enforcement and fire personnel from North Smithfield and nearby communities gathering to help in the search, as well as local residents.
Excellent. It was a great outcome and great effort by everyone that showed up today.
Rafferty adding neighbors also playing a big part, checking security cameras at their homes, helping to narrow the search for Iman down to the general vicinity of where he was ultimately located.
That footage is very important, that they reach out to say they even have it. And we did use some and review some video in this local area.
And after being evaluated on scene by the ambulance, again, vitals okay. Iman is alive. He was transported to Rhode Island Hospital for further evaluation. Again, reunited with his family now. And like the chief said, an absolute miracle that everything worked out okay. We're live in North Smithfield. Yanni Triggelis, ABC6 News.
Yanni, thank you. Great news from North Smithfield. Meantime, police on Martha's Vineyard are investigating an armed robbery. It happened at the Rockland Trust Bank in Vineyard Haven this morning, and it caused Vineyard schools to go into a shelter in place. The Martha's Vineyard Times quoting police saying that the employees of the bank were tied up by 3 suspects. Those suspects then fled the area. State police and the FBI are being called in to assist in this investigation. And a suspect has been arrested in a decades-old rape case in Attleboro. 48-year-old Eduardo Mendez was arrested in New York City Tuesday night on aggravated rape charges. These charges stem from a 1994 incident in Attleboro where a victim said she was assaulted by 3 men as she walked near the Pleasant Street Bridge. The case went cold because of an untested rape kit. However, Mendez was identified as a result of Bristol County DA Tom Quinn's initiative to get those untested kits fully tested. And an Indiana man pled not guilty this morning, charged with sexually assaulting 2 teenage girls more than 3 decades ago in Exeter. 66-year-old Frank Thies was taken into police custody last month. He's charged with 1 count of first-degree sexual assault and 2 counts of first-degree child molestation. Detectives believe Thies, in April of 1987, forced 2 girls into the woods in Exeter at knife point near one of their homes and sexually assaulted them. He is being held without bail. He's due back in court next Wednesday.
The severity of the crime here, that this is essentially every parent's worst nightmare, and the trauma that he's caused to these victims, as well as what I believe is the strength of the case and the defendant having no contacts with Rhode Island. I'm making that request to you to hold him without bail today.
The case went cold until it was reopened in 2019. With the help of DNA evidence, police were able to charge Thies. And now to your health. Health officials warning Rhode Islanders of overcrowding in hospital emergency departments. With several respiratory viruses circulating in the state, including COVID, RSV, and the flu, health leaders want people to seek care in the right place. Only for urgent care, they say, should you show up at the ER, as staff there is already stretched thin. The Rhode Island Department of Health is also asking that you take measures to stay healthy, like staying up to date on vaccines.
But generally, I can say that the situation is serious, and we expect it to remain serious throughout this winter season and these respiratory viruses. The EDs, as we know, are constantly at or beyond their operating capacity.
Dr. Chan says 100 people are in the hospital now with COVID infections, many seriously ill, and that is taking up ICU beds and care beds. And now to the weather as we take a live look outside with our sky cam right now. Bright and sunny, a nice clear day after a bit of a dreary start yesterday. Kelly Bates has more with our forecast. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Doreen. And we're paying particular attention to an area of low pressure off to our west because it had the potential this morning of occasionally throwing us a little fast moving shower. And you know what? It's actually happening. I'll show it to you in a second. Our temperatures, though, are in the 40s, and this is pretty much as warm as we're going to get. What's going on is we've basically activated the lake effect snow machine. And because our winds have been increasing through the morning, some of these showers are holding together long enough to make it into southeastern southern New England. Now, as they're running into that milder marine layer, those little snow showers are converting over to little rain showers. So yeah, there is a chance that you could see a brief shower, but on the whole, I would call it a blend of sun and clouds, breezy and chilly, highs in the 40s, but with the winds, of course, it's going to make it feel even colder. Now, we have a couple of things to talk about. We have a meteor shower that peaks tonight, and you should be able to see it with clear skies. And tomorrow morning's low temperatures might surprise you. I'll let you know what to expect in just a couple minutes. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thank you. We have a traffic alert for those who commute on 195. A lane split is coming Friday to 195 West as part of the ongoing Washington Bridge construction project. According to RIDOT, the new split will be installed just before the bridge. That new traffic pattern creates a space for repair work to be done right in the middle of the bridge. So if you travel that way often, you need to get used to it. This lane split will be in place for a year. It was supposed to take place last week, but it was postponed because of remnants from Hurricane Nicole. And we'll learn more about the design for new bridges to Cape Cod tonight. There was a virtual public meeting that's scheduled. The Mass DOT unveiling these 3 renderings for potential replacement designs for both the Bourne and Sagamore bridges. The project, estimated to be about $4 billion. It'll add a 3rd travel lane in each direction on both bridges. Construction is slated to start in 2027, finishing up by 2034. And some stories that are trending today. Tom Brady is among the many celebrities named in a lawsuit over the now bankrupt crypto exchange FTX. An investor is suing celebrities that endorse the platform, including Brady, Gisele Bündchen, David Ortiz, and Steph Curry. The lawyer behind it alleges that FTX was a, quote, massive Ponzi scheme larger than the Madoff scheme. And he says it could have only been successful with the help of celebrities and influencers. FTX filed for bankruptcy last week. Also trending, a Red Cup rebellion. More than 2,000 Starbucks workers in 112 stores are set to go on strike today to coincide with Red Cup Day. It's when customers get red cups with certain purchases that entitle them to discounts and extra points on future purchases. The union says the strike is to protest the retaliation against union supporters. It also says the company is refusing to bargain with the union on its first labor deal. No stores around here are affected. Still to come here on the news at noon, a murder mystery as police investigate the brutal murders of 4 University of Idaho students found stabbed to death this weekend. Still no suspects. And later, Jay Leno's doctors update his recovery after a garage accident that left him badly burned. Back now with some of today's national headlines and a murder mystery in Idaho. 4 University of Idaho students found stabbed to death last weekend. Their killer still on the loose. Police releasing new details about the killings, and they are warning the public to stay vigilant. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
The small town of Moscow, Idaho, on high alert as the search for a killer intensifies. Police walking back their original claims that there was no imminent threat to the community.
We cannot say that there's no threat to the community. And as we have stated, please stay vigilant.
4 University of Idaho students found stabbed to death in an off-campus apartment last weekend. Identified as Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Shauna Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. New video shows best friends Kaylee and Madison in their final hours, laughing and chatting as they ordered from a food truck around 2 a.m. Police say 2 hours later, they were dead.
I don't know if my sisters wanted to be buried. I don't know if they wanted white roses or red roses, but I do know that they would want justice.
Authorities and Kaylee's older sister confirming that 2 other female roommates were home at the time of the attack and survived.
They were able to confirm that these 2 roommates were in the home at the time of this, and they made it out the next morning.
Police say 911 was called around noon.
If this murder occurred at 4 in the morning, they don't report it, or someone doesn't report it till noon. What's that all about? This type of killing, it's going to be loud both by the suspect and the victims.
Police say the 2 surviving roommates are cooperating with the investigation.
Police say there was no forced entry into the home, leading them to believe this was a targeted attack and potentially someone the victims knew. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, a massive snowstorm in the Great Lakes region. Officials calling it a crippling event, and it could impact them for days. We're going to check in with Kelly for our full day 7-day forecast right after this. Happening now, a massive snowstorm taking aim at western New York. Forecasters say this lake effect event could be the biggest in years, with Buffalo possibly getting as much as 4 feet of snow, and it could paralyze the city. New York's governor declaring a state of emergency, closing part of Interstate Highway 90 to commercial traffic starting later today. Public schools are already closed in Buffalo tomorrow.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Yeah, it's definitely an event because they don't close school every day for snow in Buffalo, because snow, lake effect snow, is a fairly common occurrence there, but not to this magnitude. We are finding some clouds out here, and these are actually attributed to the lake effect snows that are going on to our west. These once were a part of some snow showers, and now they're just kind of here, and that's how we're going to go through the afternoon. Not really expecting much from them, but I will show you some precipitation that has popped up locally. Right now we do have temperatures that are in the 40s. We also have this wind that's moving in from the west and the southwest, and these are your sustained winds, mainly 5 to 15 miles per hour, a little bit more robust in portions of the Cape, but we've also been seeing these gusts, and at times they've been coming up to 30 miles per hour like we have on the Cape. 17 miles per hour as we look towards Newport at 22 miles per hour in the New Bedford area. It does mean we have a wind chill. Our air temperature's cooler than 50. So yeah, we're registering wind chill. This is what it feels like. And it still feels like the 30s in Smithfield this noontime hour. So some of these lake effect snows, along with this increasing wind, have been allowed to travel pretty far. They're here. But as the snows have been running into this marine layer, we've got warmer air. It is converting them over towards rain. So you see that happen. The white turns to green. There is a chance that we could see one of these hold together long enough to scoot on through as we go into the afternoon. So that's why it's in your forecast. But you can see that this lake effect snow machine is definitely, well, it's in play. And not only that, but it's making for some very heavy snow. What's going on is we've got an area of high pressure down here to our south. We have this exiting low, and as long as this guy's here, the air is going to go around it in a clockwise manner. It's going to scoop up the not frozen lake water, which is actually warmer than average, and it's going to make snows and dump it on the eastern shores of the Great Lakes. And in fact, some of this energy has been generating some ocean effect snows locally just off to our south coast. We have the chance of doing that tomorrow too as we hit the second half of the day. So here's how things are expected to play out locally. Again, we may see some clouds mix in with our sun, and there is a chance that we could see one of those brief little teeny showers, but it's not expected to really have any impact. That brings us to tomorrow. In the morning, we should see ample sunshine. There's those little snow showers popping up because of this pretty aggressive flow that'll be going on. And that'll take us into the afternoon as well. So how much snow are they getting? A lot. In some locales in the Buffalo area, we could be measuring this on the order of 4 feet. Generally, though, we're looking for 18 to 24 inches in the Buffalo area. So it is a very significant event, unlike that's something they've seen for several years. But here at home, we're looking at clear skies tonight, and that's going to coincide with the peak of the Leonid meteor shower. If you want to see it, go at midnight and look east. It'll be before the moon comes up, so you should get a good view. It's not going to make a whole lot, maybe 15 meteors an hour, but these are traveling very fast at 44 miles a second. And because they're traveling so fast, we could get those fireballs, the bright ones that leave the long streaks. That's the kind of meteors we could make with this shower. So even though there won't be as many, still could put on a pretty good show. 46 degrees is where we're going to top out. We're pretty much there right now. It is gusty out there, mix of sun and clouds. And then as we go to tonight, we're going to do some clear skies, cold lows, temperatures dropping into the 20s. But we're also looking to keep that wind going. So that 29 is going to feel even colder for tomorrow morning. And those colder than average temperatures are going to be sticking around, not only as we go through the weekend, but for most, if not all, of the week ahead as well.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Still to come here on the news at noon. An update from Jay Leno's doctors about his recovery from burns. And no surprise, the comedian is cracking jokes and making friends. Now to the latest on Jay Leno's condition as he recovers from serious burns from a gasoline fire. His doctors say he is in good spirits after undergoing the first round of surgery. ABC's Matt Gutman has the details.
This morning, days after a flash gasoline fire in his car garage left him with deep second and potential third-degree burns to his face, hands, and chest, doctors say Jay Leno is doing better than expected.
I am a little surprised at how well he is doing considering the seriousness of his injuries. Most people tend to be a lot more limited due to pain.
Since he was admitted, Leno's already undergone one surgical grafting procedure with another scheduled for later this week.
He definitely has serious injuries. There are potentials for scarring. There's a potential for some dysfunction in some of the areas that he's injured in. But there's also a possibility of a very good outcome.
Leno, a late-night comedic titan, is also a car aficionado.
They fit in any car we have.
The host of Jay Leno's Garage was working underneath one of his steam cars when gas ignited on him on Saturday. Dr. Peter Grossman says that given his injuries, the team opted for aggressive surgical treatment and hyperbaric treatment.
We wanted to do what we could to minimize the swelling, and so right away we put him in the oxygen chamber. That helps decrease the swelling, which in turn decreases the risk of progression to deeper injuries.
In a statement released earlier this week, Leno acknowledging the severity of the burns, but remaining characteristically hopeful, saying he'll need just a week or two to get back on my feet. And the 72-year-old is already reportedly on his feet, even making friends with fellow patients.
There are children in the unit, and he's delivered them cookies and good wishes, and he's really been an ideal resident in the burn unit for right now.
Now, the best line from that press conference was when the doctor said, "It's Jay Leno. He's walking around, he's cracking jokes." They said he was incredibly kind to the nursing staff and, of course, those patients. And the best news, they are hopeful that Leno can make a full recovery. Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And we will be right back. Well, everybody, meet Providence's new addition. This is actually Providence the giraffe. This 20-month-old Maasai giraffe just arrived at Roger Williams Park Zoo. She comes to us from the Greenville Zoo. They had already named her Providence before learning that she'd be moved here. It's part of a zoo breeding program to help the endangered species. The zoo says Providence is still trying to get her footing, but they call her brave, bold, and my favorite part, Sassy. I like that she's sassy.
Me
and
too.
her name's Providence.
Yes. She fit right in.
Yeah, I'll have to go see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some clouds that are mixing in with the sun, but they're basically just scooting on through. They're due to what's going on to the west of us in the Great Lakes. We're looking at basically partly sunny, breezy conditions. We're looking at chilly conditions, too, that are going to start tomorrow with a leftover wind at 20 miles per hour and a 29-degree low. We're going to be feeling much colder at our start time tomorrow. And these colder than average temperatures are going to be sticking around right through the weekend. In fact, Sunday is going to be our coldest day of the next 7. Highs will be struggling to reach into the 30s.
Oh, boy. All right, Kelly, thank you. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.